My mother manipulated my girlfriend into cheating with my brother, and I exposed their lies. Now they're facing the consequences. My name is Alex, I'm 32, and I've been dating my girlfriend, Emma, 27, for nearly 3 years. We've been engaged for about 7 months. My younger brother, Sam, 30, lives about a 10-minute drive from us. Our mom, Karen, 58, has always been a little overbearing, but recently she's been acting strangely around Emma. It started with her making comments about how Sam's fitness progress is so impressive and how some women need a more attentive, physically present man. I work long hours, averaging 50 to 60 hours per week, to provide for our future, while Sam works as a personal trainer. There's nothing wrong with that, but my mom treats him, he's some kind of god. Last month, I noticed Emma starting to act differently during family dinners. She was quieter and checking her phone constantly. I thought it was just stress from wedding planning, but things took a drastic turn yesterday. Mom invited Emma over to discuss wedding details while I was at work. My crew wrapped up early, so I decided to surprise them. When I arrived, I overheard them through the window. Mom was in full manipulation mode. "Emma, honey, I'm telling you this because I care," my mom said. "Alex is just like his father, always working, never around. Sam can give you the attention you deserve. He's been asking about you, you know. He sees how lonely you are." Emma's response made my blood run cold. "I don't know, Karen. Alex has been distant lately." Mom jumped in again. "Sam's the stronger man. You need a real husband. Someone who will be there, not just provide a paycheck. Sam could give you the passionate life you deserve." I stood frozen, hearing this betrayal. Emma then dropped a bombshell. "Sam's been texting me, but nothing inappropriate." That's when I walked in. Their faces froze, and my mom had the audacity to smile like she was doing me a favor. Emma turned pale. I didn't yell. I didn't need to. I just looked at my mom and said, "So this is what wedding planning looks like?" Mom stood tall, all righteous. "Someone had to say something. You're never home, always at work." I cut her off. "Wesley this, Wesley that. Funny how you never mentioned the 3 failed relationships Sam's had just this year alone." Emma tried to explain. "Alex, it's not what you think. Let me see your phone," I demanded. "If nothing's inappropriate, show me the texts." Emma gripped her phone tighter. Mom started yelling about how controlling I was, how I didn't trust Emma, and how Sam would never demand to see someone's phone. It's rich coming from the woman who reads her father's emails too. Make sure everything's fine. I walked out. Emma followed me to the driveway, crying and saying how confused she was, how much her mother had gotten into her head. She promised to delete Sam's number, like that would fix everything. When I got home, there were 6 missed calls from Sam, plus a text that read, "We need to talk, bro." Yeah, we sure do. Mom had been blowing up my phone all day, obviously paranoid that she was about to lose her grip on a nice woman. Dad also called, trying to keep the peace. As usual, you know how your mom is, son. She means well. The worst part came when my friend, David, told me that Sam had been showing up at the coffee shop near Emma's work during her lunch break, often at the same time. He was trying to be subtle, but I wasn't playing along. I wasn't going to wait around for more suspicious texts or coffee shop coincidences. Later that day, I got another call from Mom, likely another lecture about how Sam always made time for family. I was about to sleep on the couch that night, and I knew tomorrow would be a whirlwind. Edit. Wow, this blew up. Thank you for all the support. To answer some questions, yes, we've gone to couples counseling. I didn't know about the texts until yesterday. Sam's still blowing up my phone, but I'm leaving him on read. Some of you think this is a hoax, but believe me, you're lucky to have normal parents. Emma texted me that she's going to stay at her sister's place until things calm down. I haven't responded to Mom's calls this morning, and I'll update once I figure out my next steps. Right now, I just need to process everything. I need a drink and some sleep. Update 1. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone who supported my last post. I wish I had better news, but everything happened exactly as some of you expected. Apologies for the lengthy post, but I needed to get everything off my chest. Quick recap. I'm Alex, 32, and I noticed my mother Karen, 58, acting oddly around my fiancée Emma, 27, and making snide comments about my brother Sam, 30, being more manly than me. You warned me, and I should have listened sooner. The last 3 weeks have been a nightmare. Emma started going out more, claiming she was meeting friends for girls' nights every Thursday and occasionally on Saturdays. I didn't think much of it until I noticed that she came home smelling like Sam's awful cologne, the kind every gym-obsessed Instagram dude wears. Last Thursday, she said she was meeting her friend Amber for cocktails, but something felt off. She was dressed differently than usual and had been texting all day with a strange smile. So, I decided to drive past Sam's apartment complex on my way to meet Patrick for our weekly Thursday gaming session. Call it intuition, but her car was parked in the visitors area. I waited in my truck for about 20 minutes, feeling my blood pressure rising with every minute. Then, I saw them through his ground floor window. There they were, Emma and Sam, sitting on his couch, her head on his shoulder, looking as comfortable as could be. I'm not proud of what happened next, but I'm also not regretful. I marched right up and knocked on his door. The look on their faces when they opened it, Sam in his ridiculous compression shirt and Emma holding the things I'd gotten her for her birthday. I'll never forget it. How long? Was all I asked. Emma started crying, but not the guilty type, more like the I got caught kind. Sam tried to intervene, puffing his chest up like he always does, and said, "Bro, we need to talk about this like adults." I cut him off. "How long?" 2 months, Emma muttered. "It just happened. You're always working late, and Sam understands me better." I laughed. Actually, I laughed. Understand you better? The guy who still lives in a rented studio at 30, the one who sells overpriced protein powder to college kids. That's when everything went south. Sam tried to throw a punch. He's always been a hothead. I grabbed his arm and shoved him back into his apartment. "Really? My fiancée? And you tried to hit me? Real classy, bro." I called our mother right then and there, putting her on speakerphone. Do you want to know what she said? She actually chuckled and said, "Well, honey, I tried to tell you. Sam has always been the stronger one. Emma needs a real man, not someone who's just going to bore her to death." Within hours, the family group chat blew up. Sam played the victim, claiming I threatened him. I didn't. Emma posted a story on Instagram with a butterfly emoji, saying something vague about following her heart. My mother called everyone, weaving her version of events, where I was the bad guy who drove Emma away because of my workaholic tendencies. As for my dad, he's staying out of it. Typical. My sister texted me, saying she was appalled with all of them. The extended family is divided. Half of them think I should man up and fight for my relationship with my unfaithful fiancé, while the other half actually gets it. Emma moved out yesterday while I was at work. She took everything I ever gave her, plus some things that weren't hers. She left her engagement ring on the kitchen counter with a note that said, "I never meant to hurt you." Classic. The kicker, Mom organized a family dinner tonight. Guess who showed up together? Yup, Sam and Emma, holding hands like teenagers. Mom looked so proud, you'd think she'd planned a royal wedding. I'm just done with all of it. I need a drink and some sleep. Update 2. It's been 3 weeks since my last post, and holy, everything just went horribly wrong. Remember how Sam and my mother used to gloat about how I'd ultimately come around and accept things as they are? Yeah, karma is AB*******, and I am her favorite wingman right now. First and foremost, thank you for all the supportive direct messages. You guys really kept me focused when I wanted to drown my frustration in alcohol. A special thanks to the person who advised that I look into Sam's business methods. You were onto something there. So, remember how Sam was constantly bragging about his personal training business? Turns out, Mr. Perfect was not exactly following the rules. All those protein supplements he was selling to his customers, he was getting them from a shady supplier and repackaging them in his garage. I may have provided an anonymous tip to the fitness certification board about his unlicensed practice. Whoops. What's the best part? He was running his business through Venmo and Cash App. without reporting any of it. This kind of information tends to pique the curiosity of tax officials. I didn't even have to do anything illegal. I simply forwarded some of his social media posts, where he was literally bragging about his cash-only dealings to the right people. Karen was not pleased when Sam's certification was suspended. She came over to my apartment last Tuesday, yelling about how I was killing the family. I just stood there, sipping my coffee, while she was having a meltdown in the hallway. My neighbor even filmed it. Thanks, Mrs. Johnson. TikTok truly took off. You're just jealous because Sam's a real man, she yelled. I just chuckled and added, real men pay their taxes, Mom. The expression on her face was priceless. But wait, this is where things get better. Remember how my mom was always the top real estate agent in the area? It turns out she's been cutting corners too. Nothing huge, but enough that when someone, certainly not me, started investigating her business operations, things became very intriguing. What about those fantastic reviews? Now, I didn't go off and do anything crazy. I just sat at home, reflecting on all the little signs I had missed. The unexpected gym sessions, the new clothes, how she'd always turn her phone away when texting Sam, showing up to family events he'd typically avoid, and of course, Mom's frequent comparisons. Here's the thing, I'm not sad. I'm not even angry anymore. I'm just finished. I'm over Sam's phony alpha guy act. I'm done with Emma's victim routine. And I'm done with Mom's manipulation. They think I'll just take it and show up at Christmas like nothing happened. They have no idea what's coming. TL. Doctor. I caught my fiancé with my brother. My mother practically arranged the whole thing. They're now playing the happy couple while portraying me as the bad guy. But I'm not taking it lying down. Edit. Many thanks for the prizes and messages. To everyone who's asked, yes, I've already spoken with a lawyer about what Emma took. And no, I'm not going to try to work it out like some of you advised. Some bridges just need to be burned. Edit 2. Stopped me asking for Sam's Instagram. I understand you want to disgrace him, but I'm doing it my way. Update 3. It's been 3 weeks since my previous update, and let me just say everything's gone horribly wrong. Remember how Sam and my mom kept telling me that things would work out, and that I just accept things as they are? Yeah, karma is a real thing, and I'm currently its biggest beneficiary. First of all, thank you all for your support. You kept me focused when I just wanted to drown in self-pity. A special shout out to the person who suggested I look into Sam's business. You're onto something there. So, remember Sam bragging about his personal training business? Turns out he wasn't exactly following the rules. The protein supplements he sold to his clients, he was getting them from a shady supplier and repackaging them in his garage. I may have sent an anonymous tip to the fitness certification board about his unlicensed practice. Whoops. What's even better, he was handling all his transactions through Venmo and Cash App without reporting a single thing. That type of behavior is exactly what piques the interest of tax authorities. I didn't have to do anything illegal. I just forwarded some of his social media posts where he was literally bragging about his cash-only dealings to the right people. Karen was not happy when Sam's certification was suspended. She showed up at my place last Tuesday, screaming about how I was ruining the family. I just stood there, sipping my coffee as she had a full meltdown in the hallway. My neighbor even filmed it. Thanks, Mrs. Johnson. TikTok is doing wonders for you. You're just jealous because Sam's a real man, she yelled. I couldn't help but chuckle and respond with, real men pay their taxes, Mom. The look on her face was priceless. But here's the kicker. Remember how Karen was the top real estate agent around here? Turns out, she's been cutting some corners too. Nothing major, but enough that when someone, definitely not me, started looking into her business practices, it got really interesting. What about those glowing reviews she's always been so proud of? Update 3. I am happier than ever today. It's been 2 months since my last update, and things have gone from bad to worse for Sam, Emma, and my mom. Karen, grab your popcorn, because karma has finally arrived, and she's a stone cold B*********. First off, thanks to everyone who's been supportive. Your messages kept me going when I felt like losing control. But let me tell you, things are playing out just how they should. Emma and Sam thought they won by cheating and playing everyone, with Karen backing them up. Well, I played the long game, and now they're all paying the price. So, here's the update. You remember how Emma and Sam thought they could get away with everything? Well, Emma has finally started seeing the flaws in Sam's so-called perfect persona. He had to cancel their weekend getaway because he couldn't afford it anymore. She tried contacting me through Patrick last week, claiming she missed our conversations. Yeah, right. Patrick told her I was too preoccupied with my promotion to care about her drama. Did I mention I got promoted? Turns out, channeling all that anger into work instead of drowning it in booze has its perks. The promotion is great, and the timing couldn't have been better. Sam is now moving back in with our parents because he can no longer afford his apartment. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy that little twist. Now the family is divided. Half of them aren't speaking to me, but honestly, I didn't care about those cousins anyway. The other half is sending me funny emojis every time Sam or Karen posts cryptic Facebook statuses about staying strong in the face of criticism. Everything came to a head last night. There was a family meeting at Dad's house, meant to sort things out. Karen and Sam ambushed me there. They tried to guilt trip me about family loyalty while Emma just sat there looking uncomfortable. I pulled out my phone and showed them the video of Karen telling Emma that Sam was more manly than me. My dad hadn't seen it before. His face went from crimson to purple pretty quickly. He asked Karen to leave, first time I've ever seen him stand up to her. Sam tried to get in my face, saying I was being sad for not fighting fairly. I simply smiled and asked him, "How's your protein shake company going?" He swung at me, missed, and slammed his face into Dad's coffee table. His nose is now shattered, matching his bruised ego. Emma started crying, saying this wasn't what she wanted. I just shrugged and said, "You made your bed. I hope it was worth it." Then I left, leaving Sam bleeding on Dad's carpet. This morning, my phone flooded with alerts. Sam's certification board made its final verdict. He's banned from personal training for at least 2 years. Karen lost her real estate license after complaints piled up. Emma is now telling anyone who will listen that she made a mistake. What's the best way to exact revenge? Well, it's simple. I didn't need to do anything illegal. I just let the truth come out in the most satisfying way possible. And, well, their lives are falling apart while mine is getting better every day. I've got a new place, a promotion at work, and I've met someone new who actually values loyalty. Life has a funny way of working itself out. TL. Doctor. Sam and Emma thought they won by cheating. Karen backed them up. I played the long game, legally exposed their shady actions, and now they're all facing the consequences. Meanwhile, my life has never been better. Edit 1. Holy cow, this blew up. My inbox is flooded. No, I will not post the TikTok video. I'm trying to maintain some privacy here. Edit 2. Stop asking for Emma's social media. It's not cool, guys. Edit 3. Yes, Sam tried to swing at me. No, I didn't press charges. His shattered nose and ruined reputation were more than enough. Final update. Thank you again for all the support. It's been 2 months since my last update, and I'll be honest, things have escalated in the most satisfying way possible. Grab your popcorn because karma is here, and it's a thing of beauty. Here's the final tally. Sam's life crashed. Emma crawled back to everyone who would listen, trying to explain away her mistakes. Karen's little ideal world completely disintegrated. Sometimes, vengeance is just watching others slowly destroy themselves. It's 6 a.m. and my phone started vibrating last Thursday. Update 4. So, here we are. Things have gone downhill for Sam, Emma, and my mom, Karen, and to be honest, it's been incredible to watch. I've been trying to take the high road, but sometimes karma just takes over. And let me tell you, it's beautiful. Here's how things have unfolded. The backstory. As you know, Emma and Sam thought they had everything figured out. Emma thought she was upgrading, and Sam was playing the role of the alpha male, while my mom backed them up, manipulating everyone in her path. But turns out, they missed a few crucial details, and things are starting to unravel for them. The first sign of karma. I ignored Sam's first several calls. When I finally checked my phone, there were 19 missed calls from him, Emma, and my mom. But honestly, I didn't even care. I was making coffee and watching the drama unfold on Facebook. You remember how I mentioned Sam's supplement business in my last update? Well, guess what? His premium protein shakes were anything but that. Turns out, he was selling outdated and unregulated supplements, and someone, not me, tipped off the health department. They did a surprise inspection and found his garage filled with expired goods he was repackaging as top-shelf products. Word spread, and his gym clients started getting sick. The gym fired him, and his personal training certificate was revoked. Best part, I had nothing to do with it. I just made sure the right people got the right information at the right time. More of Sam's downfall. Then there's the electrical work Sam did at Karen's office. You know, the one she kept bragging about, saying, "Your brother's so handy." Well, someone sent photos of the shoddy work to the building inspector, and guess what? Karen's office had to close for emergency repairs. It ended up costing her a fortune and caused her to miss 3 sales. I didn't do anything wrong. I just made sure the right people were informed. Emma starts reconsidering. Meanwhile, Emma started getting cold feet. Sam couldn't afford their flat anymore, and she was realizing she might have made a mistake. She actually came to my house last week, crying about how she was wrong. I just told her I was busy and then went on a date with Zoe, the new receptionist at my gym, which, yes, was Sam's old gym. Was it petty? Absolutely. Was it worth it? You bet. Family drama. Things reached a boiling point at Sunday's family meal. Karen insists on these weekly get-togethers, trying to highlight how successful her kids are. This time, I showed up. First time since the separation. And guess who I brought with me? Zoe. Karen almost choked when she saw us. Sam and Emma were there too, looking pretty miserable. Sam was wearing his old high school clothes because he can't afford anything new. And Emma was desperately trying to get my attention. I didn't bite. I was too busy telling everyone about my new promotion supervisor position. Company truck, the whole deal. Karen tried to change the subject, but Dad, who finally grew a spine, kept asking about my job. Sam couldn't take it anymore. He blew up, yelling about how I ruined his life. Karen immediately jumped in to defend him, but I just sat there, calmly eating potatoes, while Sam had his little meltdown. The final straw. Sam even accused me of reporting him to the health department and the inspector. Of course, we couldn't prove anything. I just smiled and said, "Have you tried the new protein shakes at the gym? I hear they're legit." That shut him up real quick. Then Emma tried to play mediator. "Stephen, can't we just move past this?" I looked at her and said, "Move past what? Your decision to pick a man who can't even afford Dollar General protein powder. The cherry on top. Oh, and remember Karen's real estate business. Things aren't going well there, either. She used to brag about her wealthy clients, but now, because of the health code violations and the 2-week closure, her clients are jumping ship. The gossip in the community is delicious, especially about Sam's expired supplements and Karen's handyman son. To top it all off, Dad finally spoke up. He told Karen he was tired of her playing favorites, and that he had been sleeping in the guest room. He's thinking of taking some time to reflect on things. The final TL, doctor. To sum it up, Sam and Emma thought they won, but their world is crumbling. Karen tried to back them up, but it's all falling apart. And while they're sinking, I'm thriving. I've got a new promotion, a new place, and a new girlfriend. Life is funny like that. Edit 1. Okay, this blew up. No, I will not post the TikTok video. I'm trying to maintain some privacy here. Edit 2. Stop asking for Emma's social media. It's not cool. Edit 3. Yes, Sam tried to swing at me. No, I didn't press charges. His ruined reputation and shattered nose were enough of a punishment. Final update. Thank you again for all the support. It's been 2 months since my last update, and things have only gotten better for me. Sam and Emma's world is falling apart. Karen's manipulations are being exposed, and my life just keeps getting better. Sometimes, revenge is just watching people self-destruct.